All right, cool. We are live. What is up, guys? I have all of my orders sitting down here on a table. I'll be able to tilt the webcam down so you can all see exactly what I'm doing as I do it live, which is awesome because I know a bunch of people always have questions and they want to know how I package these things. And also, this will double as a what sold for me over the weekend. Not too many things, guys. Now, I do also sell on Amazon FBA, so of course I have a bunch of things that sold on Amazon FBA, which I can't show because Amazon ships those out, right? So what I have here are four eBay orders and 2 Amazon orders. Now, I do have a 5th eBay order that I cannot show because I cannot find it. Now, I will be able to find it later. I know I have it. It's just a towel. Sold it for 20 bucks just to get that out of the way. I actually sold it for $19.99. So, just so you know, there we go. That's out of the way. But I have a few different items here. We're waiting for a few people to come in. I already see a lot of people. I know a lot of people are complimenting actually over here on this lovely chat. If I look that way, hello. Hello, everybody. I got that chat going so people can actually see who's talking during what I do. So I'm going to tilt the camera down and show you guys exactly how I package these things. We have a slew of different things here. They're all pretty basic, but I'll show you exactly what I do and how I do it. So let's tilt the camera down to my work table. That looks good there. So here we go. We have everything. I have all my packing materials right here for each individual item, and I have all the items right here, and I have my phone so I can tell you guys what everything sold for. So let's actually start off with the shirts to get the shirts out of the way because they are fairly easy to pack. So is everything else here. So the first item we have here is this Tommy Bahama. There's the logo right there. I do very well with this brand. It's Tommy Bahama 100% silk button front, just short sleeve shirt. Now it's very plain, as you could tell. It's just tan. That's all. And I know a lot of people say pick up the crazy ones. Now I'll show you real quick. I do still buy crazy ones. Here's a Tommy Bahama, a bunch of dragons on it and crazy stuff like that. Now I also have floral ones. Those ones don't sell as well as the plain ones for me. Not sure why. So how I package these guys up, they go right into these poly mailers. Now I do have a link for these down below in the description. I've responded to a few comments. People keep asking where do I get these poly mailers from. I get them right from Amazon. They're awesome. They come in packs of 100, I believe, and they're heavy duty enough to where they're not going to rip. I also get these poly mailers. There's a link for those down below as well. This is how I store all of my shirts. I fold them up and I put them into these poly mailers. So just in case, let's say this rips, has a second coat of protection, it looks more professional. And if you have a pet like I do, I have a dog, it stops any hair from getting on here. My dog is also very rarely in this room and I do vacuum it often, so we're okay there. So how I take it is just want to let that get some air in there, open it up, slide this guy in. There we go. Now it has this awesome adhesive strip right in there. I just throw it on the ground. I pick them up later, so it's really no big deal. Fold it on over, and look at that. Nice and sealed, good to go. Now I'm not going to show you how I print out labels for these, but I will show you exactly how I weigh it, and I will be able to write it down so I don't get confused in the near future. So we turn on our little scale. Now I actually don't know if I have a link for this down below, but this scale I've had since the very beginning, over almost 3 years now, and this scale has never had a single issue. I don't even think I've ever changed the batteries in here. It's insane. If you want to look it up on Amazon, it's a Brecknell. Thing is great, 11-pound max, so it's perfect for clothing and video games and books and things like that. Never ever had an issue with this. So what I do with the shirt is to make sure it's on here evenly, make sure we weigh it out nice. There we go. I just fold it in half and I push it down nice and flat, turn on the scale, and we'll just plop it on. 9.5 ounces, so you have to round that up to 10 ounces, which is a-okay. That's usually whenever you're selling shirts, the majority of them are actually going to be in that 10-ounce range. So I don't get confused, I'll just take my pen and I'll just write Tommy 10 OZ. So now I know. Tommy Bahama, 10 ounce. He can get thrown up here for now. So now we'll go on to the next one. This right here is a Harley Davidson. I don't know if we could get that logo. Not quite, not quite. It's a Harley Davidson size XL button front shirt. Now, I sold this within an hour of listing it, which is awesome. Kind of. So I had this listed for $24.95, and I wanted to sell it for $24.95, but I had best offer on the listing by a mistake. Somebody came in and offered me $15 for it. So, you know, me in the mood to sell it because I had just listed it. I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's see what he says. I shot him back an offer for $22. I knocked $3 off, and I said, hey, I didn't mean to have best offer on here, but I am willing to give you $3 off. I just listed the shirt today. What do you say? He said okay. He paid for it right away, and I'm happy. And now this is actually pretty light. I wouldn't be surprised if this is 9 ounces to ship, but we'll see. We'll actually see. So exact same method. I'll just take it, slide it right in here, like so, peel the adhesive. My sleeves keep rolling down. There we go. Very nice. And then I do my little fold in half, which is okay. It's, I mean, yeah, the shirt's gonna be a little more wrinkled, but I fold it right back afterwards. Never had a complaint. It's only for a few seconds. So, stick it on. Nope, it's gonna have to go at 10 ounces, rounded up. So that is a-okay. So I'm gonna write Harley 10 OZ. Alright, cool. So that's 2 down. Let's keep going. We have this brand right here, guys. Now, this is a brand that I know most of you won't know. Most of you won't know. And I see in the comments we got Nightwing in here. We got Rake and Profit. What up, Steve? We got 826 Junior. That's all I can see right now on my screen. But definitely, guys, leave some comments if you have any questions about what I'm doing. The brand right here is called Tyndale, T-Y-N-D-A-L. Now, I won't be able to show you the logo, but as you can tell on the chest, it says FRMC. This means it is fire retardant, or it's fire resistant, or anything like that. So it's actually just a regular long sleeve shirt, but it's fire resistant. And that's what makes it sell for more. I actually sold this guy for $30, $29.99. It took about 1 week. I think I paid $2.50 for this, and I sold it for $30. So let's see what it sells for. Take it, slide it in to our handy dandy bag. Peel and stick, and away we go. Now this one's even nicer. I don't have to fold it over because it's quite small in there. That's why it is nice to fold them up small when I'm storing them. They also take up less space. So we're looking at about, it's 15 ounces on the dot. Once I put the label on here, it's going to weigh more than 15 ounces, sadly. So it's going to have to get rounded up to 16 ounces, which is fine. You know, that's okay for me. I sold it for 30. I'm still happy. Here's my pen. So I'm going to write Tyndale 16 OZ. That is the brand, guys. Keep that in your mind. I always sell them very fast. Took 1 week, $30. Very happy there. Now, moving on to the non-clothing item for eBay, is a video game, Gex, for the PlayStation. Now, this might look different to you because it's in a long box, as opposed to a regular video game box. Now, a regular video game box, look how much smaller it is, right? Now, a regular PlayStation box is even smaller. A regular PlayStation box is like a CD case, really. These long boxes, if you ever see them, even if it's a sports title or anything, I pretty much recommend picking it up. Definitely do your research, but I recommend picking it up. They always go for more money because people collect long boxes specifically. That's what it's called. If you ever need to look it up, type in Gex long box. And to make sure it's complete, or as complete as it can be, you never know if it comes with stickers. I do recommend possibly looking up what a complete game would be on YouTube, and somebody might have a video based off of that game. This one has the manual right here that slides in and out. It has a piece of styrofoam. Now, a lot of these have a piece of styrofoam and then the game. they go right here, and you could tell that it's supposed to have a piece of styrofoam. See these 4 little notches? There, 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 and there. They have it here because it helps the game from popping out of the case, because these cases are a lot wider. They're deeper, as you can tell. So it helps the game from popping out. So a lot of collectors want to make sure that styrofoam is in here, because if you ship it, trust me guys, people will get pissed if you ship it and the game gets loose and they get it in the mail. They're not going to be happy. I sold this game for a total of $21.50. I paid $2 for it at a church tag sale, I believe it was, or maybe it was a thrift store. I think it was a church tag sale. Paid $2 for this guy, okay? Now, that's awesome, right? You can't go wrong. Sold it for $21.50. Now, you cannot ship video games media mail, so don't even try. But I also don't recommend sticking it into one of these poly mailers. This is more of a sturdy long box, but you still don't want it to get crushed or dinged. Same thing goes for bubble mailers. Now, you probably would be safe in a bubble mailer, but just to be extra cautious, because I know how collectors are, especially with something as particular as a long box game, which are rarer and more hard to find, I put them in these guys right here. You get these from Amazon when you order VHS tapes, DVDs, singular things. They'll ship it to you in something cool like this. So I save them, and all I do is I take my game, stick it right in there, like so, fold it on over, and there we go. Now the game is in here. I just want to tape up the back, which I have my handy dandy tape gun right here. So we want to make sure it's nice and tight. I'm just going to stick one piece of tape vertically to hold it down, so now I don't have to worry about it flying all over the place, right? So there we go. Lovely, 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 lovely stuff. And then I'll just for fun, put a couple pieces around it. And that should be good. I don't think it's going to be opening up at all. A-okay. Now I could, put a few more pieces on here, but I trust that that's good enough for this. So we want to weigh this guy up. Should be less than a pound in here. We are at 9 pounds 5 ounces, which surprisingly is the exact weight of that Tommy Bahama shirt. So this gets shipped first class, just like anything else. You probably could get away with shipping in media mail, but I'm pretty sure it's against the rules to ship video games media mail, so disregard what I just said, okay? So I'm going to write Gex 10 on here. Awesome. Now we want to go on to Amazon. I have the 2 things that sold on Amazon. The first of it being this book, The Essence of Hayek. Just a basic book, right? Nothing too special, but the thing is, brand new sealed. Woo! Can't beat that. Had a super high rank. I wish I could check the rank before it sold. The only way I could check the rank is to check it now after it's sold, but obviously it's come way down because of it selling. So let's take a look and see what it sold for. Pulling up my handy dandy Amazon seller app. You guys will see exactly what I sold today. 4 items for 143 bucks. Nothing too spectacular today, but still happy about that. We sold this book right here for $18.40 plus shipping, I believe. Plus $3.99 for shipping. It's going to cost less than $3.99 to ship for a total of $22.39. I probably paid $1 for this, guys. Now, I'm going to stick this book in just a regular poly mailer. Works fine for me. Slide it on in there. Now, I could ship it in a box, I could ship it in a bubble mailer, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be safe enough inside of here. There we go. Looks good. All prepped up. Want to weigh it up real quick. What do I think it weighs? Probably like 14 ounces. Oh, wow. I was half off. It's a pound and 7 ounces. So I'm just going to write book, even though I know it's a book. 1 pound, 8 ounces. Because I got to round it up. So 1.8. That's fine. Whatever. It's going to cost me a little extra to ship it now that it's over a pound. But it's okay. And the last item I have that sold is this video game right here, FIFA Street 2. I had it at Amazon's warehouse, that's why that sticker's there. And then I got it returned to me for some unknown reason, and I didn't want to ship it back in. So the price between Merchant and FBA was similar enough after shipping. It's a cheap game. It dropped a lot in price. I think I had it shipped in before Christmas, so the price was higher than it is now. So I just merchant fulfilled it, sold it for $3.10 plus the $3.99 shipping, I believe. Let me just take a quick look. No, shipping was actually $4.64 for some reason. So that gives me a grand total of $7.74, which is awesome because first, selling it as a merchant is pretty cheap, fee-wise, and shipping is going to be very cheap. So the reason why I'm sticking this into a bubble mailer instead of a poly bag is because bubble mailers weigh a little bit more generally. But with the game in the bubble mailer, it comes to 2.8 ounces, so I could ship it underneath that 4-ounce threshold where it costs $2.61 to ship. So I just threw it in here for a little added protection to give myself that little sense of security, knowing that it's safer in here than in a poly bag. It's going to cost the same if I shipped it in a poly bag or if I shipped it in this. So might as well ship it in this. Yes, it's an Amazon order. I'm shipping it in an eBay branded poly mailer that I have no care in the world. It's totally fine. I don't mind. So this game, I could just write game, and it came out to just under 3 ounces, so I'll just write 3 ounces. And there we go. That is everything besides that one towel that I said I couldn't find, sadly. So what are you going to do there, right? Let's read some of these comments. Right, let's start from the top, and I'll go fast, guys. I'll read real fast. We have Junior saying hi, Joshua Davidson, Elon, Elan, Common Peace, Jamie Streck, Elan again. You have to get off your butt and package orders. Oh yeah, I hear you. Of course, there's a chat delay. Always is. They need to add a chat function in the Xbox. Oh yeah. Yeah, the label will add a few decimals to it. Hey, you went over some of this in the last upload. Law, I remember that story. Yep. Yeah, the label, I noticed if you weigh something, you weigh the package and the packaging material. Let's say it comes out to 5.9 or exactly 6 on the dot. At 5.9, I'll probably just say 6. But if it comes up at 6 on the dot, once you put on that label, if you have the peel and stick labels, you're probably good. I ran out of those, so I've just been using pieces of paper. So a piece of paper plus a few pieces of tape actually bring it up to, they'll bring that 6 ounce to 6.2 sometimes. And that's not good. So, you know, the 5.9, technically it might bring it up to 6.1, but I'm comfortable enough to just ship it off as 6 ounces, just so you guys know. We got Michael Jordan in the house, Nightwing, bada bing, bada boom, the profits are coming soon, okay. Kimmy James, going on Grumpy. Okay, I have a question. I am a new seller. I'm starting high school next year. Do you guys charge sales tax per item? I actually do not charge sales tax per item. I know a lot of people have started to. I don't yet, so am I going to? Who knows? Who knows, really? I really don't know. That's all I can say is that I don't. H6 Jr. says, speaking of games I got for Manhunt for PS2 because it got banned because it was too gory or gruesome. It was in the top 10 banned games. I have a copy, surprisingly. I actually have multiple copies of Manhunt. I've sold multiple copies of Manhunt. I don't know where you live, Junior. In America, it wasn't banned, actually. I know it was banned in Europe, in Australia, but it was not banned in America. They actually made a Manhunt 2, and there's a Manhunt for the Wii, I believe, as well. Nightwing says... Whoops. And there we go. Bag that video game. Sorry, guys. I'm trying not to move the little chat up here while I scroll. I think I just reached the bottom. How would I ship a bike wheel in a big box, man? Probably FedEx or UPS. Those will be cheaper than USPS when it comes to something big like that. Are you allowed to text message a code card for like a DLC or money for a game to the buyer? Do you have shipped card to the buyer? I have no idea I have no idea. Like, how would you sell Xbox or Steam cards or memberships? I personally think I would do that locally, only because I'm worried about, there's a lot of scammers when it comes to shipping just a code. They could use it and say they never got it, or they could use it and say nothing was on it. But if you did have to resort to eBay, I would just recommend, um, if it's on an actual card, just ship it to them via first class or in an envelope. First class is nice because it has tracking, I believe, so it'd be $2.61 to ship. Or if it's flat and it fits in an envelope, it'll cost you, what, like 40 cents to ship. My eBay account name is jdu.jes. I know it doesn't show up for most people. I'm not sure why. Cameron James says, here a lot of people made their profit after shipping cost of goods and their final take home, but what about sales tax? I know recent. Yeah, you have to pay sales tax. You have to pay your taxes at the end of the year. That's how I do it. I just pay it when it's due. I should be doing quarterly taxes, but I'm not smart. Cool, guys. So I just really quick want to say, give it a thumbs up since you guys are all in here right now. We're at that 21-minute mark. I want it to be around 30 minutes. I feel like that's a nice sweet spot for a stream, but maybe 20 minutes is even better because it's shorter. So definitely give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. Comment afterwards if you have any other questions, and I will answer them. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hopefully, maybe you guys learned some cool brands. Tyndale is definitely a great brand to keep an eye out for. And, of course, sealed books. I mean, scan them, see what they're going for on Amazon. That thing had a rank of like probably like 3 or 4 million, but I picked it up since it was $1. And I was like, you know what? I'll just merchant fulfill it. And if it sells, it sells. It did take about 6 months, but, I mean, it sold. I made 20 bucks. I'm happy, right? So definitely give it that thumbs up, guys. I'm heading out. Till next time.